Long before time had a name, Ninjago existed. A world created by the son of an Oni and a dragon, my great-grandfather. He built Ninjago to be a safe place for us, humans, where we could live and enjoy the wonders of the world. But Ninjago also had its faults. The Serpentine inhabited part of the planet, and there was a small island full of islanders that also inhabited this place. Merlopians lived under the seas, and so many others roamed the earth. It was amazing. And my parents were the ones who showed you all of this before. My name is Kaylee. Kaylee Smith Montgomery Garmadon. And this is my story. My long and amazing story. This is Ninjago, my home. I've lived here for 16 years now. 16 years of my life I've spent just enjoying all the splendors this world has to offer. My parents fought to save this world over 6 times. And I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to be the one who gets to protect it now. At the age of 11, in the early days of fall, one morning, me and my friends were forced out of bed and were told to pack all our clothes and get ready to go. Now, we had phones and we could text each other, but none of us thought to. After spending all that time over the summer just hanging out with each other, we didn't think to text each other. It didn't matter. Each one of our parents loaded us up into a car, and we were taken to an old building. A building I'd recognized immediately when we got there as my grandmother's home. She took it over after her husband, my grandfather Garmadon, and his brother, Wu, had died. She didn't want to become a sensei. She didn't know how to be one, but she was ready to take it on if it meant keeping the place alive. I was the first one dropped off. So Kaylee, we watch as she gets out of the car, grabbing her bags, and her siblings run over to greet Misako, all jumping and, asking for her attention and trying to talk to her all at once. Kai gets out of the car and helps Kaylee with her bags as Lloyd walks up to his mom. Hey, Mom. Lloyd, it's so good to see you, my son. How's it been? It's been a while, huh? Well, the last time we saw you was Easter? Yeah, pretty much. How you doing, Misako? Pretty good. Lloyd, has he been treating you good? Mom, this isn't when we were newlyweds. We're married, and we have been happily married for a while now. I know. 18 years, almost on the dot. You both are interesting when it comes to a pair, but to be honest, me and your father were an interesting pair too. Lloyd bends down and he picks up Lotus, holding her up his shoulder, as Kai places down Kaylee's bags and pulls Lily away from her grandmother. Liam and Braxton, realizing what's going on, backing up. So, is Kaylee here to stay with Grandma Misako? Yeah, is she staying with Grandma? 'Cause I want to stay with Grandma. We haven't done that since forever. Boys, no one's staying with Grandma Misako. Kaylee is here for training. But I thought you were training her. You were training her at home in the little outside area with the fire pit. Kai, I thought we said we weren't going to do that. We were gonna leave it up to my mom. I know, but I didn't want her to burn anything. I mean, it's It's a hard thing to control, and I just didn't want her to... Dad. Pops, it's fine, honest. I don't mind having extra training. Plus, all my hands really do is get warm. I can't burn anything, and fire just doesn't appear for me. I don't know what it is. Kaylee, you know that's not what I meant. I know, it's fine. Honest. So, why did you decide to wake me up this early in the morning, plus get yourselves out of bed, and all of my siblings? Well, Kaylee, since your powers are heating up, we decided that it's time for you to become a ninja. Wait, what? Seriously? But I thought it was just a joke. You two were joking, right? I mean, come on, me, a ninja? No way, no way. I can barely keep Liam and Braxton off my computer. Hey, no offense. And I mean, come on. I'm the least sneaky person in the house. Braxton's better at snacking up on people with water balloons. I am pretty good at that. Kaylee, you must understand, this is for your own good. This power, using it in a regular home, well, can be dangerous, as your father said. Being here with me, you learn amongst your own. And as Misako says that, another car pulls up, being Jay and Mia. They get out of the car, and their kids join them. Mary completely just holding Mr. Cuddlywomp close to her as Jay walks her to the trunk to try and grab her things. Tyler is completely engrossed in a book and doesn't need any pushing towards to grab his stuff. Nia walks up to Misako. Hello, Misako. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you too, Nia. It's been very long. How are you? How are they? Oh, Tyler's great. Picked up a lot of my old traits. The ones that I guess I forgot I had. And Mary, well, she's a little shy. I hope you understand she'll take a little bit to get used to you. So Mary is literally like latched on to Jay as Tyler walks up next to Nia without any issues. Hey, Misako. Good to see ya. It's been a while, huh? Yes, it really has, Jay. I'm going to guess the one attached to your leg is Mary? Oh, yeah. I hope you don't mind. I may or may not kind of gave her Mr. Cuddlywomp when she was little, and now she's, like, really attached to him. Oh. No, that's alright. Hi, ma'am. That's something? She usually doesn't do that with people she meets. Jay, it might just be the fact that Kaylee's here. Tyler? Hello, ma'am. Well, you're an interesting one. You kids should go off and play for a little. Especially since you are cousins, I'm certain you know each other. So Tyler and Mary take that leave to go play with Kaylee and Liam and Braxton, Lily and Lotus still in their father's arms, as most toddlers like to spend the day. Misako and the adults have an unnoticeable conversation as another car pulls up. This one looking a bit more futuristic. Clearly been made by somebody who, well, hasn't seen a regular Ninjago car in a while. When it parks, I'll watch as 3 Ninjroids step out. Zane, Pixel, and Netta. Netta immediately goes to the back to retrieve her small items as being who she is, she doesn't need to bring much. And Zane and Pixel will make their way up to Misako. Greetings. It's been quite a long time since I've been here. Yes, it has been quite a while since we've been up here. It's good to see the old place. Hello, Zane. Hello, Pixel. And this is... Oh, correct. I suppose we did not introduce her. This is Netta. I'm sorry. I suppose we didn't introduce them. This is Netta. Our daughter. For lack of a better word. Well, may I ask why? As just pure interest eludes me. I mean, come on. Oh, of course, Nia. Netta uses they-them pronouns as a way to connect more to their mechanical side, as they find they aren't really a human girl. So they prefer to use they-them pronouns as a way to defer themselves. Well, that's quite interesting. I will make a mental note and we'll have fun. You can go play with your friends. So Netta walks off and joins the group of kids. Finally, the last car pulls up. Out of all the cars, it's not the best looking. It's got scratches on it and it's rusted in places. But Cole steps out of the car, and so does Ren. He grabs his things and heads up to the gates with Cole. He smiles, greeting Misako. Hi. Misako. Hi, guys. Kai, I'm sorry I didn't answer your call. I was just trying to... No, dude, it's fine. Honest, I expected you not to. And, Jay, I really did mean to text you back. I just... No, dude, it's alright. He caught up in your husband. It's alright. Honest. May I ask who you brought with you, Cole? Oh, right. Should introduce, him to Misako. So, everybody, this is Ren. And Ren, this is Misako. She'll be your sensei, like we talked about. Ren doesn't say anything. He just walks over to the other kids. You sure know how to raise them, Cole. Lloyd, what? I was just telling the truth. And I'm sorry, I'm the one who's got a weird love life here. Excuse me, you're not the one who's died 3 times. And they start reminiscing and joking as, Misako joins in at parts, and it goes off pretty well. Eventually, the parents and the siblings leave as the kids walk into the building with Misako. That's how this day went. Our first day at the monastery, and life would never be the same. As a week went by, we all learned how to use our abilities. It took us a while. Tyler got his first try and filled 2 water buckets without even trying. Netta completely froze over the koi pond in the backyard. We had to wait weeks before we could try and clear it out again. I burned a nice portion of the yard, kind of making an intricate crop circle in the end. Ren destroyed part of the wall with a rock, and Mary, well, she accidentally shocked a tree after Ren kissed her. Time went by pretty fast in the monastery, and by the time we hit 14, I didn't really assume there could be another person who would join us. But I wasn't thinking that day. Especially not at school. So we flip over to this kind of private school. As Kaylee is sitting in class, not really paying attention to her surroundings, as the boy next to her strikes up a conversation. Hi. You're Kaylee, right? The teacher's daughter? Huh? Oh, yeah, I totally forgot that, Mr. Garmadon is my dad. It's kind of a hard thing to remember? No, it's just, I wasn't thinking. Well, you know who I am. And you? Oh, I'm Akira. Akira Jade. Jade. Why do I feel like I know that name? I don't know. Maybe in a past life, that was my name. Maybe I was a girl and you were a boy. Oh, come on. I don't believe in past lives, first off. But secondly, I think I would remember a name like that. Once again, the narration kicks back in. That boy turned out to be one of my closest friends. I spent weeks hanging out with him, and he came over to my house. My real house, not the monastery. It was too much for him at the time. At least, that's what my family thought. My relationship changed with him when one night, as we were walking around the backyard of my house, just talking and watching the sunset, he told me he knew I was a ninja. He told me that some news station had been watching outside the monastery and had caught a glimpse of me doing one of my training exercises. Things weren't the same after that. Eventually, my dad felt so close to him, so much like he was his own flesh and blood, that an amazing ceremony took place where the energy that my dad had been blessed with by the prophecy had been given away to my friend. Now, he didn't get a big arrival to the monastery like myself and friends did, but when he joined, it was a fun day. And now we come to today, a day I used to remember as the Green Flame Festival. And today, I meet someone very important to this story. So, Kaylee and friends, of course, respond to a bank robbery, which goes off like a hitch. I mean, come on. These aren't serpentine they're dealing with. They're just regular Ninjago citizens who decided, hey, let's go rob a bank. Once it's taken care of, they're heading back home, jumping and running across buildings and rooftops, not really paying attention to what's going on around them, and talking about the weirdest thing. Look, Tyler, I know you took my Starfarer comic. Like, dude, it's obvious you're the one who took it. How is it obvious I'm the one who took it? I spent all that time making sure my own were in mint condition, the best I could get them at, and be able to read at least through them once. You're acting like I killed a baby. To be honest, dude, you kinda killed his baby by taking his Starfarer comic. It's the only one he has. Yeah, I've walked through Akira's room, like, multiple times, and that is the only comic he has. The rest are very important old ancient books that he took from the study. Hey, thought you said you weren't gonna mention it. So what? It's not like Misako's on the comms right now. Sensei wouldn't even care. Like I told you, she wouldn't. Guys, there's someone behind us. What? There's no one... There's someone behind us. So, Kaylee joins and looks behind, seeing this masked figure. The clothes are tattered and torn. And the guy seems to be keeping up well with them, but he's 4 buildings behind, so it's hard to tell. Netta, can you scan his vitals? I already did. He appears to be a male, about 18, has scarring on his upper body and his lower body. One of his legs is robotic, and he's blind in an eye. His nerve system are fried completely, though. His upper body is a wreck, and when it comes to his lower body, well, let's just say the bionic leg didn't make it any better. Who the hell would be chasing us down? I mean, it doesn't make sense. What did we do? None of us are that well known right now, and I mean, Kaylee's been doing some extra stuff, but I don't think she's well known. None of us are to the level of that Ninjago.
Look, everyone calm down. We should be alright. He's 4 buildings behind us, and we've got a clear shot home for the monastery. All we've got is just a couple more back roads and we'll be fine. Home free.
God, I wish the bounty was working. I'm trying, I really am, but that ship is old and it's kind of a mess. Eventually, the ninja arrive to the monastery and notice how the masked figure stops. He's only a couple feet away from the monastery. He could rush at them right now, but he just stops, staring at them. With their hoods still up, they enter the monastery and lock the gate. Mary taps her watch and turns on the shield system to make sure that even if he does decide now is the time to go for the monastery and go for them, he won't be able to get in. They walk into the living room and sit down, all tired from the extra running they had to do to make sure they could keep their pace and get home quick. Mary flops down on the couch, Netta on one of the chairs seat, as Ren, Akira, and Tyler all head off to their rooms. Who was that guy? Chasing us like that? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Why chase after us? Could it be a threat? He didn't appear to have a weapon on him, but I did see a sheath, implying that he does at least have one. No, I don't think he was after us. He would have ran to the gates if he had actually been after us. But look at this camera footage. He's just standing there behind us as we come in. And then once we're in, he walks away. Do you think any of us know him? I mean, come on. Is there a possibility? To be certain, Kaylee, I don't believe any of us have any recognition of who this boy could be. All I caught was he was 18 and male, and his mask had an interesting detail on it, but besides that, I don't think he's anyone specific. Mary, could you bring up all the male 18-year-olds registered in Ninjago? Why? There's nothing important on there. Plus, you may not be able to find him. Netta will be able to find him. Trust me. Just pull up their files. So Mary does as told and pulls up the files of every 18-year-old male listed in Ninjago. Netta scans through them at fast speeds and doesn't find what she's looking for. Negative. No one matches the scan. Could it be a ghost? No, his vitals came back normal. But his body did seem to have an interesting way of being. My scanners implied that at one point his heart did stop, but that's about it. Kaylee gets up off the couch, steps down on the floorboard too hard, and breaks it. Netta looks down at the floor and scans it. It'll be an easy repair. Don't worry. I'll have it done quickly. Netta, that's great and all, but why was there a hole in the floorboards? and the living room was the least thing touched by the fire. So, what could it be? Kaylee sticks her hand into the broken floorboard hole without thinking and finds a box. She picks it up, pulls it out of the hole, and places it on her lap. She blows the dust off it and opens it, as it's only a latch. Blows open all over Kaylee's lap. Photos everywhere of this blonde little girl. Kaylee, without thinking, just goes through the photos. She starts looking at them and laying them down on the couch next to her, as Netta and Mary look on, kind of in awe. Eventually, while going through the photos, they find a picture of a tombstone, marked with the name Lily. Kaylee looks at the photos again and pulls together who's in the photos. These are pictures of Grandma Misako and Grandpa Garmadon. They're really old. I've never seen them before. She picks up the one with the death date on it and she flips it over. She reads the date out and figures out that the photo is over 53 years old. How could a box exist under the floorboards without any of us finding out? And why was it your foot that broke it and not Ren? I don't know. I guess I just stomped too hard when I was moving. And with those photos dated 53 years ago, how is that so important? My dad, he had a sister. Her name is Lily, and when she died, he got her name. He was born 4 years after her. This means these are photos of her and her death. Kaylee reaches her hand into the box and begins pulling out photos of, this time, a red-haired girl. Now it's almost like a strawberry blonde hair. And there's so many photos of this girl. Then finally, a tombstone photo that matches Lily's. Kaylee flips it over and realizes that it's dated 68 years ago. She looks back through the photos and realizes they're pictures of Wu and his wife. This is strange. I didn't think Grandpa Wu had kids. According to my understanding, he had 2. In fact, I'm surprised your father didn't tell you. I guess he didn't. Well, the tombstone reads Mara, and the date is over 68 years ago. And if you're right about that, well, I don't know. This doesn't make sense. 2 dead kids, both at the age of 5, and I don't know. Kaylee, there's more photos in the bottom of the box. Kaylee reaches in once again to the box and throws the photos over top of the ones of Mara, of a brunette boy. And it doesn't take her till the tombstone to realize that the photos include her parents. And her, in some of them. She looks at both her friends, shocked as her eyes are widened. I had a brother. I had an older brother. I